Made it official, an official policy of the United States, that there are only two genders, male and female. And we will have no men participating in women's sports, and transgender operations, which became the rage, will occur very rarely.
I love this. Common sense. Boys are boys, girls are girls. Back in the United States. Well, at least for some of us.
There are many, many instructions in this one executive order to, in essence, exclude trans people from various forms of shelter system under the auspices that a trans person is an inherent threat to non-transgender women. Okay. Women were called women. Joining me now is non-transgender man, or cisgender, Charlie. I never did get that. Charlie Hurt, Fox and Friends weekend co-host. Charlie. So it's gone from women to cis women, now non-transgender women. It's like the nomenclature about illegal aliens. That's changed too. But what's it going to be next?
Exactly. You know, I thought it was inappropriate to misgender other people, but apparently that's what this lawyer, who is, I don't know whether male or female, is doing by coming up with this a whole new gender. But, you know, whoever thought that we would need an executive order to basically lay out what any child in the second grade knows, which is there are two genders. Nothing wrong with, you know, obviously there are a lot of people who are confused, as we have seen, but forcing the rest of us to bow to their confusion is insanity. Well, Charlie, as we're finding out, the more we look into it, a lot of kids become confused in public schools and private schools, for that matter. And a lot of parents speaking out about that, whatever people want to call it, grooming or propaganda or, you know, gender bending. But I mean, kids hear a lot of stuff in school that is not related to reading, writing, and arithmetic. And Donald Trump's going to have to figure out if there's a way for the federal government to gradually start defunding the schools that continue to do this. Yeah, and of course it's not, you know, we're talking about public schools here. Public schools have gotten in on it. You know, obviously the universities have gotten in on it, and it is propaganda. And you do enough of it, and it starts to affect people, especially people who are already sort of vulnerable in that department. And, you know, in Northern Virginia, just this week, a sex offender, a registered sex offender, was arrested hanging out in a girls' locker room at a swimming pool without any of his clothes on because he was claiming that he was somehow a woman. And it took the school district like a week to go and arrest the person, the man, because they didn't know what to do. This is the kind of insanity that I think just shows that the left has gone so far over the edge that it takes something like an executive order from the president to say, look, enough of this nonsense. And I think that the popularity for this is going to only grow. Huge. Because I think we've just scratched the surface of frustration that most normal people have about this. Now, Charlie, bingo, and it's why, as you've talked about before, it's why, you know, private schools, Christian schools, homeschooling, online schooling is taking off all across this country. Charlie, as always, thank you. Great to see you. All right, that's it for us tonight. Make sure to follow me on social media. Jesse Waters is next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.